Welcome all for today's presentation. We'll be talking about the different various sterilization techniques. Myself, Dr. Kavita Sagar, welcoming you all for today's brief discussion about various sterilization techniques. So, sterilization is the process of killing or eliminating all the microorganisms which are harmful microorganisms or unwanted microorganisms like bacteria, virus, and fungi by using either physical or chemical agents. And a disinfectant is a chemical substance that kills microorganisms on inanimate objects such as exam tables and surgical instruments. But this sterilization can also be used to sterilize the culture media, even reagents and equipments where the work warrants maintaining sterile conditions. So it is defined as the process that effectively kills or eliminates transmissible agents such as microbes, including viruses and prions, from a surface. It may be from the surface of a table, surface of the equipment, surface of the glassware, surface of the work table, even from the surface of equipment, food, medications, or biological culture medium. In practice, sterility is achieved by exposure of the object to be sterilized to chemical or physical agent for a specified time. For a certain particular time, the object to be sterilized is exposed to chemical or physical disinfectant. Various agents used as sterilants are elevated temperatures, ionizing radiation, chemical liquids, and even gaseous type of sterilizations include under this sterilization techniques. There are basically two types of methods of sterilization. One is physical method, another second one is chemical method. Under physical method, there are three various types again: thermal or heat methods, which includes dry and steam heat. Second type of physical method is radiation method, which can be done either by incineration or by red heat or by even flaming or hot air oven can be used for this method. And third type of physical method is filtration method, and second category is chemical method that includes gaseous sterilization. So dry heat sterilization, here inoculation loops, for example in the microbiology, inoculation loops or the needles are sterilized by heating to red in Bunsen burner or spirit lamp flame. Sterilization in hot air oven is preferred as a temperature of 160 degree and maintained or holding for 1 hour. So here, by doing this, spores are killed at this temperature, and this is the most common method of sterilization of glassware, swab sticks, including pestle mortar, mineral oil, etc. Dry heat sterilization causes protein denaturation, oxidative damage, toxic effect of elevated electrolyte in the absence of water. So, hot air oven is the instrument used to sterilize the specimens or the objects. It may be a plant material, it may be animal tissue, it may be glassware, it may be dry plant materials, herbarium sheets, it may be even a powder, it may be even a liquid. So, dry heat sterilization, this hot air oven is one of the instrument used for sterilization under dry heat process. Here, primary lethal process is considered to be oxidation of the cell constituents. So, when we subject the objects in hot air oven, the oxidation of the cells constituents starts, which leads for the death of the cells. So, this hot air oven requires a higher temperature than moist heat and a longer exposure time. So more temperature and more time is required for this hot air oven type of sterilization. So more convenient for heat stable, this type of hot air oven is more convenient for the substances which are thermostable, which are non-aqueous materials and that cannot be sterilized by steam because its deleterious effects or failure to penetrate. So example, glass-based powders, oils and some oil-based injectables can be sterilized by using this hot air oven. So this equipment you can see here, this is a hot air oven. It contains different chambers or steel trays, and this is a heat control. This is a knob which can be used to increase or to decrease or maintain or manage the temperature, and these green and red knobs will be there. When this green Color or the button indicates that the instrument is on, and red color indicates it's overload or it should be on, or when power supply is not there. This is the indication of that. And this door will be having the thermocol walls. So by this the heat is maintained, or by this the instrument is heated up very fast, and these thermocol sheets will not allow the heat to pass through the outer surface of these iron things. This is hot air oven, one method of dry heat sterilization. So wet or moist heat sterilization is accomplished by boiling. Boiling the reagents or the solutions or the even media, or if you want to kill the bacteria, you need to boil it at 100 degrees centigrade for approximately 30 minutes on a water bath. So this is one type of moist heat sterilization. So rubber products, surgical instruments like gloves, surgical instruments like needles, syringes may be sterilized by this method, by using this boiling method. So almost all bacteria and certain spores are killed by under this boiling method. So second type of wet heat or a moist heat sterilization is steaming. So steaming at 100 degree for 20 to 30 minutes under normal atmospheric pressure are more effective than dry heat at the same temperature, because bacteria are more susceptible to moist heat. Steam has more penetrating power and sterilizing as more heat is given up during condensation. So suitable for sterilizing media which may be damaged at a temperature higher than 100 degree. So such media for sterilization which can be damaged more than 100 degree centigrade, so such media can be sterilized by using this second method of wet heat, that is by steaming. So third type can be tyndallization. This tyndallization is fractional sterilization. So this tyndallization is the steaming process performed at 100 degree centigrade, which is done in steam sterilizer for about approximately 20 minutes, followed by incubation at 37 degree overnight, and this cycle is repeated for successive 2 days, because spores, if any, they germinate to vegetative bacteria during incubation and are destroyed during steaming on second or third day. So heat liable media containing sugar, milk, gelatin can be sterilized by using this tyndallization process. Fourth type of wet sterilization or steam sterilization is autoclaving. So autoclaving is done by autoclaves are they used pressurized steam to destroy microorganisms for the decontamination of the laboratory waste and the sterilization of laboratory class waste, media, reagents. But heat sensitive rubber plastics material should be excluded. Autoclaving is done by steam under pressure. Steaming at temperature higher than 100 degrees centigrade is used in autoclaving. This is achieved by employing a higher pressure. The autoclave is closed and made airtight for pressure development, and at 15 lbs pressure, square inch pressure. So 121 degree centigrade temperatures will be reached, and this temperature is given as sterilizing holding time for further 15 minutes. So this complete process kills spores, and this works like a pressure cooker and one of the most common methods of sterilization. Another type of wet sterilization or a moist heat sterilization is pasteurization. This is a method of sterilization which works below 100 degrees centigrade heat. In this process, heating of milk or other liquid fluid can be done by pasteurization. The product is held at temperature and for a period of time to kill pathogenic bacteria that may be present in the product. This process does not destroy complete organism, including spores. All this moist heat sterilization causes denaturation and coagulation of protein, breakage of DNA strands, and loss of functional integrity cell membrane. So as I already earlier told that moist heat sterilization methods causes denaturation and coagulation of protein. Here DNA strands are broken up and there is a loss of functional integrity of cell membrane. Okay. Filtration is a second process of moisty. So this method is of sterilization is used for media, particularly heat liable in nature. Example, sera and media containing proteins or labile metabolites. If So, if the study warrants guarantees bacteria-free filtrates, it can be obtained through 0.45 micron size filter membranes, and if the study requires viral particle-free solution, then 0.22 micron sized filter membranes are used. But earlier, absorptive filters of asbestos or diatomaceous earth were replaced by unglazed porcelain or sintered glass were used. Nowadays, these sintered glass or unglazed porcelain are replaced by nitrocellulose membrane filters of graded porosity, etc. Another type of radiation sterilization is ultraviolet radiation. So we can see here autoclaves or the steam sterilizer essentially consist of the following thing. This is the cylindrical chamber with capacities ranging 800 to 400 liters, water heating system or a steam generating system, steam outlet and the inlet valves will be there. Steam outlet and inlet valves will be there. These are the knobs to fix the cap very tightly, and different knobs will be there. Single or double doors with the locking mechanisms. So these are the locking mechanisms. Thermometer or temperature gauge will be there at the top of the cap, and pressure gauges also will be present just beside this. And once we add some water, and whatever the materials or the equipments or the reagents or the whatever you need to sterilize, you need to place it in this, wherein coil will be there, and this will be connected to the electrical board. And once we switch it off 101 at 101 to 121 degree centigrade for 15 minutes, this is kept on, and after 15 or 20 minutes at the 16th or 17th minute we'll off it. That is the end of this autoclave. So ultraviolet radiation is done at wavelength between 330 nanometer and 400 nanometer. This causes sterilizing effect. So this method, ultraviolet radiation method, is used in surface sterilization of laminar airflow, biosafety cabinet, and in certain cases in laboratory. Particularly in microbiology laboratory, autoclaving, hot air oven, sterilization, filtration, and UV radiation are commonly used. So articles being in the gamma ray sterilizer, articles which are to be sterilized are passed through the irradiation chamber, conveyor belt, and move around the raised source. Ultraviolet radiation, here optimal wavelength, as already told, of for UV sterilization is 260 nanometer. The mercury lamp giving peak emission at 254 nanometer is the suitable source of UV light in this region. So in gamma ray sterilizer, gamma rays for sterilization are usually derived from cobalt 60 source. The isotope is held as pellets packed in metal rods, each rod carefully arranged within the source and containing 20 kci of activity. So this source is housed within the reinforced concrete building with 2 meter thick wall. So the procedure for operating for the setting up of the autoclave is, you need to first pack our media, reagents, plastic waste, equipments, glasswares in appropriate autoclavable resistant polypropylene or borosilicated glasswares, and screw off the lid of the tube. Screw the lid of the tube and leave one thread loose in case of closed containers or plastics, and stick to the random autoclavable indicators for each run in any way of the items to be autoclaved. Check for the water level in the autoclave machine. Do not jam pack the items. Switch on the machine. Keep the lid of the machine tightly closed with one valve open until it reaches boiling point. Leave heated air to escape for few minutes through valve. Through this valve, the heat is escaped, and we need to keep tightly close the one of the valve. Okay, we need to close the one of the valve open until it reaches boiling point. So completely close the valve once it reaches the boiling point, and wait to reach the temperature 421 degrees centigrade at 115 lbs pressure. Hold the sterilization cycle for 15 minutes. Once the sterilization cycle ends, switch off the heating and leave the machine to reach to 65 degrees centigrade. Then open the lid and take out the items back for after sterilization. For hot air oven, we need to pack all the glasswares such as glasswares, petri dishes, simple tubes, test tubes, vessel mortar, oil, reagents, mineral oil, which are to be sterilized by hot air oven sterilization with suitable wrapping. Either wrap it with the thick newspapers, and wrap it with secure it by rubber bands. And next, switch on the hot air oven until it reach 160 degree and hold on in that temperature for 1 hour. This 160 degree should be maintained for 1 hour, and switch off the heating of the hot air oven and open the door once temperature come below 65 degrees centigrade. So gaseous sterilization is another type of sterilization. Here common gases used are formaldehyde, which contain methanol, and ethylene oxide. This possesses biocidal activity. Ethylene oxide is a colorless, odorless, and a flammable gas. We need to be very careful about while using this gaseous sterilants. So there are two gaseous sterilizer: low temperature steam formaldehyde, that is in short LTSF, low temperature steam formaldehyde sterilizer. So this LTSF sterilizer operates with the sub-atmospheric pressure steam. So at first air is removed by the evacuation and steam is admitted to the chamber, and then you need to tightly close that by this whatever the material you need to sterilize, they can be sterilized. Another gaseous sterilant is ethylene oxide sterilizer. So this consists of a chamber of 100 to 300 liter capacity surrounded by a water jacket. Air is removed from the sterilizer by evacuation. Humidification and conditioning of the load is done by passing sub-atmospheric pressure steam. Then evacuation is done again, and preheated vaporized ethylene oxide is passed. After treatment, the gases are evacuated either directly or to the outside atmosphere or through a special exhaust system. Ethylene oxide gas has been used widely to process heat-sensitive devices. Liquid sterilization is another type of sterilization. So here two liquids are used as a sterilants, that is peracetic acid liquid sterilization. So this peracetic acid was found to be a sporicidal at lowest concentrations. Peracetic acid disrupts bonds in proteins and enzymes and may also interfere with the cell membrane transportation through the rupture of cell walls, and may oxidize essential enzymes and impair vital biochemical pathways. This is action of peracetic acid. So first, it disrupts bondings in the proteins and also enzymes, and may interfere with the cell membrane transportation through the rupturing of the cell walls, and also it oxidizes essential enzymes, finally leading to the impairment of the vital biochemical pathways. Another type of liquid sterilant is hydrogen peroxide sterilization. So this method disperses a hydrogen peroxide solution in a vacuum chamber, creating a plasma cloud. So this hydrogen peroxide sterilizes by oxidizing key cellular components which inactivates the microorganisms. Once the key cellular components are oxidized, that inactivates the microorganisms. The plasma cloud exists only when the energy is turned on. When the energy source is turned off, water vapor and oxygen are formed, resulting in no toxic residues and harmful emissions. The temperature of this sterilization method is maintained at 40 to 50 degrees centigrade range, which makes it particularly well suited for use with the heat sensitive and moisture sensitive medical devices. So radiation sterilization includes electromagnetic radiation, that is gamma rays and UV rays, and the second is particulate radiation, example accelerated electrons. So radiation sterilization is one of the most effective and very sophisticated type of sterilization. Used in this sterilization techniques. So even this radiation sterilization techniques is used to sterilize the soil. So radiation is the emission of energy as magnetic waves or as moving subatomic particles, especially high energy particles which cause ionization. So direct transmission of electromagnetic energy through space or another medium is called can be done through radiations. Particularly these radiations are used in agriculture field, for example for irradiation. This kills bacteria, insects and parasites that cause foodborne diseases. So it exposes food to gamma rays. Here radioisotopes are usually used as a tracers, and radiation sterilization is used in biological preparations like tissue grafts. Even to develop the resistant varieties against various insect pests, radiation sterilization is used, and sterile insect technique is popularly known under this radiation in agriculture field. Cobalt 60, which is made radioactive by neutron irradiation, have been used during recent years for investigating the radiation susceptibility of insect pests. So this soil can be sterilized by using this radiation techniques. So it kills bacteria, virus, fungi, nematodes and other pests. Further positive effects are all weed and weed seeds are killed by using these radiation techniques, and this is a significantly increases crop yields. It gives relief from soil fatigue through activation of chemical biological reactions. Blocked nutritive substances in the soil are trapped and made available for plants and etc. So this radiation techniques are particularly most play a vital role in soil sterilization in agricultural crops. So different types of sterilization are heat sterilization, that is moist heat sterilization. So I have already told about that. And then the major target in this radiation sterilization is microbial DNA. It targets the microbial DNA. Gamma rays and the electrons cause ionization and free radical production, while UV light causes excitation of the DNA, microbial DNA. So radiation has high energy gamma radiation used mainly in industrial sterilization, where heat sensitive products can be sterilized. Radiation sterilization is generally applied to the articles in the dry state, including surgical instruments, sutures, prostheses, unitos, ointments, plastic syringes, and even dry pharmaceutical products can be sterilized by using this radiation technique. So electron accelerator is another irradiation sterilization technique. So there are two types of electron accelerator machines. One is electrostatic accelerator, another is microwave linear accelerator. So this electrostatic accelerator, which produces electrons with maximum energies of 5 megavolts. So second type of electron accelerator machine is the microwave linear accelerator. So this produces electrons with maximum energy of 10 MeV. Higher energies cause better penetration into the product, but there is a risk of induced radiation. So electrostatic accelerator, which produces electrons with maximum energies of 5 megavolts. Mega electron volt. So that is million times of more than electron volt can be produced by using this electron accelerator technique. Filtration sterilization is another process that can be used which removes the microorganisms but does not destroy the microorganisms. So it is used for both clarification and sterilization of liquids and gases, and it is capable of preventing the passage of both viable and non-viable particles. So filtration can be done by sieving, adsorption and trapping within the matrix of the filter material, and there are sterilizing grade filters which are used in the treatment of heat sensitive injections and ophthalmic solutions, biological products and air and other gases for supply to aseptic areas. So there are HEPA filters, high efficiency particulate air filters. This can remove more than 99.9% of the particles greater than 0.3 micrometer in diameter. Here in HEPA filters is example is laminar airflow. So it's very common type of airflow in microbiological laboratories. So it contains the HEPA filters, high efficiency particulate air filter. So air here is first pass through the pre-filters to remove larger particles and then pass through HEPA filters. So the performance of HEPA filter is monitored by pressure differential and airflow rate measurements. There are two types of filters used in the filtration sterilization. One is depth filter and another is membrane filter. So this depth filter consists of fibrous or granular materials packed as to form twisted channels of minute dimensions. They are made up of diatomaceous earth, unglazed porcelain filter and sintered glass and asbestos materials. Membrane filters are porous membrane about 0.1 mm thickness made up of cellulose acetate, cellulose nitrate, polycarbonate and polyvinyl iodine fluoride or some other synthetic material. The membranes are supported on the frame and held in a special holders. So fluids are made to transverse membranes by positive or negative pressure or by even centrifugation. So here are some of the list of materials sterilized by different types of methods. So in the first column, materials are mentioned. In the second one, different types of that particular materials, and in the third column, methods of sterilization or preferable methods of sterilization are mentioned. So just quickly let us have a look. For example, for sterilizing injections, that too particularly intravenous infusions, filtration sterilization terminal sterilization is used, and to sterilize blood products and plasma substitutes, for example dextrin and degraded gelatin, autoclaving for thermostables and radiation for thermostables techniques are used to sterilize. And again for intravenous additive like potassium chloride, vitamins, antibiotics, heparin. So the physical methods, that is freeze thaw method, is used as a sterilizing. So total parental nutrition, To sterilize these things, filtration sterilization is used. Small volume injections like vaccines for influenza vaccine, rabies vaccine, polio vaccine, and also to sterilize the antibiotics, benzyl penicillin, zinc, and other antibiotics. Radiation sterilization are used by using gamma radiations. And vitamins, sterilization of vitamins, ascorbic acid, vitamin A, even also radiation sterilization is used where gamma radiation is followed. For non-injectable sterile fluids like waters, urological irrigation solution, peritoneal dialysis, and inhaler solution, for all to sterilize all these things, filtration sterilization or terminally sterilization by autoclaving is followed. In for sterilizing eye drops, eye lotions, eye ointments, contact lens solutions, so thermostables by autoclaving at 120 degree and 121 degrees centigrade for 15 minutes is followed for all the things except eye ointment. So for to sterilize this eye ointment, dry heat sterilization at 160 degrees centigrade for 2 hours is followed. For dressings, by paraffin gauze dressing, perforated, all various elastic adhesive dressing, plastic wound dressing, gauze pads, etc. To sterilize all these things, any combination of dry heat, ethylene oxide, and gamma radiations are followed. And also particularly for sterilization of elastic adhesive dressing and plastic wound dressing, ethylene oxide or gamma radiation of the type of sterilization is followed. For steroid implants or hormonal implants, dry heat sterilization is practiced basically. And for sterilization of absorbable hemostat, that is oxidized cellulose or absorbable gelatin form, gaseous sterilization or dry heat sterilization are followed. Types of sterilization are followed respectively. To sterilize calcium alginate, human fibrin form, these are absorbable hemostat. So the dry heat sterilization at 130 degrees centigrade for 3 hours, and to sterilize calcium alginate, moist heat sterilization by autoclaving is followed. For surgical ligatures and sutures, catgut, to sterilize the catgut, dry heat sterilization at 160 degree for 2 hours, or the gamma radiation is applied. To sterilize non-absorbable type, for like even nylons, silk, polypropylene, these are sterilized by moist heat sterilization, that is by autoclaving or sometimes gamma radiation. And various instruments and equipments like syringes, needles, metal instruments, disposable rubber gloves, administration sets, respiratory parts, dialysis, fragile heat sensitive equipments, all these are sterilized either by heat by using gamma radiations or chemical sterilization using formalin and ethylene oxides respectively. So other materials like dry bulk drugs, porcelain materials, food products, to culture mediums, even mouths of culture tubes and bottles, and even air sterilization in hospitals, manufacturing house or schools. Nowadays sterilization is one of the common practice being practiced since 8 months throughout the world due to this COVID-19 conditions. So even to sterilize the hospitals, even at house, schools, manufacturers, factories, etc., dry heat sterilization is basically practiced. And for to sterilize the food products, radiation sterilization or the gaseous type of sterilization is basically applied. So that is it. We'll meet in the next presentation. Till then,